Here goes another testimonial of a dad getting 50-50 after a few consults with me. This is James, Father's Rights and Resources, with the hashtag #HowIGotCustody. If any of my social media ever gets deleted, then you can use that hashtag to find out whatever new page I create. But let's check out this guy's testimonial. He called me and he was doing a follow-up. He'd gotten 50-50, and I didn't even know that till he followed up with me. But he followed up with me because the mother was trying to go back to court and trying to take the 50-50 away from him about 6 months or so, after 6-7 months after he won in court, or basically engaged in the war of attrition. And then the mother basically broke down and surrendered, and they agreed to 50-50. So since he called me and told me that, I asked him to email me just a summary of his story. So I'm going to show you his email so you got another testimony. Okay, so here I'm taking his full name out, but you see, here's the email. I printed it to a PDF. How I Got Custody at Gmail. There's me. So this dad emailed me. He actually emailed me on the 9th. What is it now? About the 17th or 18th or something. Oh, it's the 19th. Okay, so thank you, James, for all your help and advice. I started with only every Saturday from 9 to 5. And now I got 50-50 on a 2-2-5 schedule. I fought 2 ex partes against my ex. I did a deposition. I think he never even heard about doing a deposition until he talked to me. He said we did 3 or 4 consults over the course of a few months. I did a deposition, withheld the child, and pick up the child from my ex's daycare to care for her when there was no court order. Therefore, the court had no reason to make me an alternate weekend dad. I guess that was part of his argument. I'm not sure exactly what he means by that, but I also filed a protective order and a criminal charge against her for assaulting me in front of the child. A lot of you guys don't even do that. You let somebody who assaults you get away with it, and they turn around and like, oh, what a punk. I can assault him and have no problem. Let me call the cops on him. And then they flip it around. Or when you do call the cops, they come out, and then you change your mind, and then she said, oh no, he did it, and boom, they arrest you because you're not following through and putting the nail in the coffin. And I was granted a protective order against her. Most of this advice was from James and his videos. So he not only got consult with me, he kept watching videos. And then he did a little follow-up a few minutes later. Additionally, we started 50-50 when the child was 7 months old, and the child would be staying in my school district. So this kid's only 10 months old, and he's got 50-50. And I got 10 times as many haters as I do positive comments. And all the haters have lost, and they wish they had this, and they're hating on me because I tell them to grow some balls and be a man. Like, I already tried. I'm like, you didn't try the right way. Try again. Oh, you're such a jerk. You want me to try again. Imagine if a coach of a football team or a wrestler or a personal trainer, imagine you tell that to a personal trainer, oh, I didn't stick to the diet. It's so hard. And they said, well, get up and try again. Oh, you're an a-hole. I can't believe you. So, stay in my district because we forced her to settle. So, he got on the offensive, the war of attrition. That's how this stuff is usually done. Bam. There you go. Well, let's say you think I forged that whole thing. I got testimonials online where people have emailed me, and they've also sent me cell phone text messages, and I, redact out the full number. But let's say you don't believe me. You can still go to my flow page and take a look at stuff like this. So again, my flow page, you can just type in flow code and father's rights, and you'll find it on the internet. Or you can hit one of the links I have on my YouTube video, my IG bio, wherever, social media, online store. Proof James 1. Here's my custody order. Bam, there you go. I highlight the main parts that are, you see these arrows and stuff. There's my name, certified copy, stamp. You can actually go online and see my docket. I did a video showing people how to look up my docket, and you can see this winning order. This is written by the mother's own attorney. James got custody, shall reside with the father. with the father. The mother's visitation is this, that, and the other. Designation of custodian. I'm the custodian. And then major decisions. Father, father, father. And then you can see on the signature, there goes the mother's side, presented by the mother's attorney, Mark B. Livis. The mother wasn't around because she bailed and left town or whatever, signing on behalf of the mother, phone approval. James Christensen, guardian ad litem. Megan O'Brien Stanley, who I did a video of, because I'm not a sissy like most of you guys, and I do videos of attorneys and evil people that I've dealt with and expose them. And I'm going to be sending that video to her law firm like I usually do. I'll do a video of a judge. I'll send it to the courthouse and find every clerk and bailiff at the courthouse and let them know, so everybody's looking at that judge walking into work the next day like, oh my God, that's that judge that screwed James over or did this for whoever. There's my first contempt order. I won my first contempt. I won in the Court of Appeals discretionary review, which is like an interlocutory motion. Same thing. And harder than an appeal. Here's my reversal of Judge Jim Rogers, and I defeated an attorney who had 47 years experience at that time. And actually, this is the link to where you can find it on Justia online. Bam, there you go. You can see it online. Bam. There it is, me. There's me. There's my baby's mom, Sadir's right. And then it says, we reverse in part, affirm in part, and remand. So I lost one. I was trying to get the sanctions against the attorney. I didn't win that. That's really hard to do. But then I reversed on the child support issue. And then here's a transcript about when I did have an attorney. My first custody battle, didn't have an attorney. Went back to court to modify child support, fought off restraining order, fought off contempt, didn't have an attorney. Went to court for the mother's objection to my relocation of 30 miles, and I was going to go to trial on a modification. And I got scared about going to trial. That was in 2003. And then I did all the paperwork and told my attorney what to argue. And I went to a court hearing, and this judge, a family law commissioner, he made a comment. Do I have it marked here? Yeah. Commissioner Gaddis said, I appreciate James's attorney's briefing. My attorney, Christopher Bartow, it's actually my client's work. Oh, maybe then law school should be his next step. So I did all the paperwork for my attorney and assembled everything. He was just my mouthpiece. And the more I used him, the more I realized I don't even need an attorney. So when I had that guy and they made a screwy ruling on this case, I went up and I went to the Court of Appeals against the mom's attorney by myself, and I won. So I've done it all. I've done without an attorney. 99% of the stuff I did was without an attorney, or I did all the work. And then here's when the mother tried to modify. Look at, I got a judgment against her, $2,000. What else do I got? Oh, all these rulings and findings when I got her case thrown out. Now, the problem was she did a mini appeal to a judge and got it thrown back in. Then I went to the Court of Appeals, but I slammed her. Look at all these findings on here. You can read them later. I can even ask for more attorney fees. I made the guardian ad litem look stupid. In here it says the guardian ad litem's report is not credible. And so, anyway, you can see my own winning orders if you don't even believe any testimonials. This alone is enough for you to know I know what I'm talking about.